Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, West Coast Wild Child. A bit sad that it's so rainy today. I'm the only guest in the entire hostel, and actually it's pretty nice because on hostel in Manila the people were so damn loud. It was insane, like you couldn't sleep, they would take calls in the middle of the night, like what the heck. So let's see what we get up to this time. As always, thank you for watching and hope you enjoyed the video. But first I actually had to get to the Philippines, so this is all my stuff. And I flew with Singapore Airlines, which is a very nice airline. I could watch movies, which is one of the things I like to do the most. And watching movies while eating, while traveling at the same time is basically three things of my favorite kind of stuff. So I had a fabulous flight. The fanciest coffee shop you have ever seen. And I don't even like coffee. Wow. Honestly, Changi Airport is a vacation in itself. There's so many things to do. They have like art installations, they have fancy shopping, they have an orchid garden, they have a butterfly garden. There was not happening too much since I was there in the middle of the night and they were kind of sleeping. This is where the baby butterflies are. There is also they have 3 different cinemas that you can go to and watch as many movies as you like. Then they have a sleeping lounge where you can pay for actually sleeping in a bed, which is amazing. I thought I would be sleeping on the floor somewhere miserably. But this was very comfortable. I had a great sleep. The next morning I took one of the sky trains because yes, Changi is so big that you need to take trains between the terminals. And this is the Enchanted Garden, and this is always there. I was there a few years ago and it looks just as good as it did back then. When you can just stroll around, have a little look, and yeah, it's great. They also have a little pond with fishes, with I think last time there were kois. Maybe they actually have another pond with bigger fish. But yeah, you can run around here and be very entertained for a very long time. Honestly, I do love thunderstorms, so this was actually not too bad. I had a very cozy time lying in my bed and looking out at the lightning. The next day I decided to send a parcel home with some stuff that I had bought and simply did not have the space for in my backpack. And I rode in this funny contraption with, I later learned, is called a tricycle. And yeah, it was absolutely pouring the whole day. As you can see, I was very happy, but I will say I had the best pasta ever on the way back. Honestly, this was so good. So if I had known that it would not rain that much today, I would have sent my package home today and not yesterday when it was absolutely pouring the whole day. But what you're gonna do, the parcel is sent home, is on its way. I just missed my flight. I just missed my first flight ever. I have never missed a flight before and I don't know what happened. I come to the gate and there is another flight boarding, so I was like, okay, wait. So I asked them, so apparently my flight had already left. Not only had they already unloaded my luggage at 7:15, I'm not sure how that is supposed to happen because at 7:20 I was still in the air, but okay, whatever. They're all the way out of security again to the check-in counter. Had them book me on another flight. So yeah, next flight to Coron in 5 hours. Yay. Knowing the weird shit I like, I would probably actually like this. Yeah. So finally I am in Coron. So I don't know what happened with the flights today. I had my first flight at 5:50 in the morning to Cebu. And there I had to change to get on the flight to Busaranga, which is the airport at Coron. But somehow I landed at 7:20 in Cebu, and apparently I had to check in for the other flight at 7. Which obviously was not possible because I was still sitting on the other plane, literally. Yeah, what can I say? I missed the flight. They threw my baggage out and now me. 8 hours later. More than 8 hours later, I had to wait for 8 hours at the airport. I made friends with the girl who sold sandwiches because I ate quite a few of them while waiting. So yeah, but we're here now. It's raining buckets, but I hope that is maybe letting up a little bit soon. Honestly, this is what I mean. Look, I'm paying $9 a night for this room, and I do have lockers. You get your own towel. You have a reading light. You have an outlet that you can actually use European outlets for. Breakfast is included. I really hope that my roommates are quiet because I have been awake for I don't know how long now. Like, I got up at 1 a.m. to catch my first flight, and the person I shared a room with she just turned the light off. She was talking on the phone really loudly. I was like, what the funk are you doing? And that was until 12, so say maybe I got a few minutes in between, but not much more than that. So I am quite tired actually. So I'm gonna sleep early today. I'm gonna take a shower and sleep and hope that people are quiet because I really need to sleep now. I am, yes, a bit not so happy for people today, but sure, it's gonna be better after a bit of sleep. So I just slept for 13 hours. I'm a new person, hopefully a better one. Traveling for a long time is when you go to bed early. I went to bed around 9 o'clock yesterday. Then I got up maybe at 8 this morning, had some breakfast here at the hostel, and then I went to bed again. And slept for, it's 1 o'clock now, p.m. So, perfect. I really needed that. So today I'm gonna try to get to the hot springs actually. I'm gonna see if the girl is in the reception, because I want to know how much I took the costs to get there, so they don't fool me and make me pay the double price. And yes, then I think, maybe I should actually have lunch first. Yeah, probably. Yay! So this is Coron right now. Nice. I mean, it is raining season. I didn't know it was raining season. So I don't know why I'm surprised that it is raining like this, but I really hope it stops soon. Also, you might remember this t-shirt that I have from Thailand. that I had to buy at the Grand Palace because they dress coded me. Yeah, guess what? One of the girls that stayed in this room yesterday, she has the exactly same one. Also from the Grand Palace in Bangkok. What are the odds for that, eh? These hot springs are really nice. I do recommend though, if you are staying in Coron city, like don't pay more than 550 pesos for a tricycle to get here. They're gonna rip you off big time. But yeah, the hot spring is really nice, and it's also super hot, so they do recommend you when you enter actually to not stay in the water for too long a time, but be in the water and then get out, take a little break, cool off, and then go in again, because I guess they have quite a few people fainting here. I had some nice food, and then I went to get a pedicure and a manicure, and it was in the middle of a power cut, so yeah, it felt a bit like a field operation, to be honest. The next day I was brave enough to book a tour, and this is the favorite tour I did in the whole Philippines, because this is actually the only tour where I actually had sun. Is it good?
So cute the weather and everything. Why do I have to drag this stupid thing in my baby?
Also, if my voiceovers have a lot of noise in the background, I apologize for that. I'm sitting very close to a big road, and it's literally the only way where I can be a bit in private and do my voiceover. So yeah, if you hear a lot of traffic and people and whatever, yes, just know I tried my best. I mean, look at that water, it's absolutely amazing. It was so clear and so blue. This is hands down the most gorgeous water I ever seen. After this we went to Barracuda Lake, where you can actually see barracudas, and I will say I was one of the few that actually saw a barracuda, because I went the furthest out into the lake that you could, far away from all the other people, because barracudas are quite shy actually, so they will not be where all the other people are. Sadly, I was a bit slow with the camera, so the only thing you can see is a retreating barracuda. You can see it a little bit. We had a fabulous lunch that was included in the tour, and then after that we went to my favorite place, the Reef Garden, where there was just so many small fishes and corals, and yes, I found Nemo. Hehe. Honestly, I wish I was a mermaid. I mean, can you believe to live in this all the time and you can breathe underwater and... Oh! I would so love to be a mermaid. Wow. This is the most blue mussel that I have ever seen. It was absolutely radiant blue. It was gorgeous. To enter the twin lagoons, you first have to go through a tunnel, basically, which one of the tour guides was dragging us under. And I will say the same here, like the water was so nice. It's incredibly blue, very clear, and yes, absolutely stunning. Like, this is the bluest, clearest water, I'd say it again, that I ever seen. Absolutely mind-blowing. I mean, I've seen some blue and clear water like in Thailand, also quite a bit in Laos actually, but this is just on another level completely. Wow! absolutely gorgeous, and after so many days of rain, this was just amazing to finally have a bit of sun, because I do know how, or I have seen the pictures of how beautiful the Philippines are, and it was amazing to finally get to actually experience just how nice it can be. And yeah, I mean, I do not recommend to go here in rainy season just because obviously the rain, but if it's nice, it's unbelievably nice. Like, look at this, look at the water. I kind of want to go back again just to snorkel around. You basically don't even need a snorkel, you can just stand and look down into the water and see all the fishes and everything that lives in there. Stunning. Then I actually went rogue for a little bit, so this is not a snorkeling spot where we were, but we were waiting for some people to arrive with their canoes, and I was like, you know what, I can use that time to snorkel around the boat a bit. So that's what I did, and this is what I found. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday to me. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to me. Oh, I guess I could have had a little bit better weather, but yeah. Honestly, I'm so glad I did the tour yesterday, because yesterday is literally the only day since I arrived in the Philippines 6 days ago that I have had sun. It has been raining, and it has been raining. And I mean, it is rainy season, so it's not really surprising, but when it rains, it really rains, so I hope so much that it's not gonna be absolutely pouring when I walk to the ferry tomorrow. And also I hope the ferry is actually going. I want to go to El Nido tomorrow, and apparently there has been a typhoon warning. So yeah, let's hope there is no typhoon coming so I can take my ride there. So yeah, pray for me that I actually get to El Nido tomorrow. Yes, we'll see. I literally didn't pay almost anything to sleep in this tent, and it was right next to the beach. Every night I fell asleep, I could hear the waves lulling me to sleep. Actually, it was really nice, and I did have a fan in the roof of the tent, which was a lifesaver because it was really warm. Also, if you can see the cable, I could actually charge my phone inside of the tent, which was also great. place where I stayed had two fabulously cute dogs. This is Blackie, and the big one is oh god, Kobe. Kobe was his name. And we had a beautiful sunset. This is actually the only nice sunset that I saw in my 3.5 weeks in the Philippines. I did not know that back then. I still appreciate it a lot because it was such a gorgeous sunset, but like I said, it was the only one I ever saw. The next day was sunny still, quite nice, and this is the bridge. So I stayed in a place that was not really touristy at all. So this is the bridge I went over when I wanted to go to the hostel, and yeah, this is on the beach. One thing that made me very sad is that there was so much trash on the beach, and the owners told me that it is because it had been raining a lot. So this trash actually comes from the mangroves, and when there is heavy rainfall, it will all get flushed out of the mangroves and down onto the beach, and it's up to the people living along the beach basically to clean it up every day. Honestly, this looks ridiculous. What? I mean, I can use this adapter for every country, so size matters. If you are an adapter, don't be nasty. My dog, okay, technically he's not my dog, but in every sense that matters, for a few more days he's my dog. So this is what it looks now. This morning it was sunny, I almost got a sunburn, and now this. The next day I did kind of a tour. I hired a tricycle for the day, and we started out with one of the waterfalls that was not too far away from the place where I was staying. Cute little waterfall. You could swim around a bit. It was quite cold, so it was very refreshing. And then we went to Las Cabanas beach, where you can, don't know if you can see that, but you can actually take a zip line and go over to another island. I think the only reason why I did not do that is because I've done a few zip lines now, and I just always find that they are just a bit too slow, like they don't tickle me enough. So I felt like, yeah, I'm gonna skip it this time. It looks very nice though. Actually, I can't remember the name of this beach. It was quite nice. It was a bit cloudy when I was there, but the water was warm, and I was here for, I think, at least an hour. It was really nice. It was a good beach. And there were some puppies. Look at them, how cute they are. Oh my god, I want to eat them. And then the next beach I went to was NACPAN beach. And yes, that's when the rain found me again. The snorkeling in the Philippines is absolutely outstanding. There are so many types of corals, of fish, of seaweed. There's just so much to see, and I would guess, especially if you can dive, actually, it would be even better, I reckon. There's more you can see. Honestly, I could have stayed down there forever, especially if it looked like this above the surface. It was just pouring, and it did not stop. When we had lunch, the lunch was very good, but it was so cold to sit there. It was really windy and raining, and it was so cold, and everybody was freezing. And yeah, we did not stop for 3 hours, like this is what it looked like. And we actually decided to go back because everybody was so cold and so miserable. So yeah, the last 3 stops we missed, sadly. We still had a lovely day, even though half of the stops we could not do. That has been the ongoing theme for the Philippines so far. I think I have had 2 days where it actually was more sun than rain, and I've been here now for 12 days, so that is 10 days of rain, yes. I like the food here, the food is really good. People talk excellent English, I would say. Really, really good. And they are very nice. So yeah, it's still a thumbs up for the Philippines for me. When you try to dry your clothes, but the humidity is bloody 100%. It's not drying! It's not drying! I've been trying for 2 days now. If you are ever in the Philippines and you like mangoes, these dried mangoes are fantastic. I found fresh mangoes, yeah! Arriving in Cebu, I noticed that my small backpack was giving up, So I went out in the darkness into the streets of Cebu to buy needles and thread to save my backpack, and ta-da! In Malboal you can do snorkeling with sardines. You can either do it as a part of a tour, but you can also, like me, just walk down to the beach, and if you have a snorkel yourself, just jump in and the sardines are gonna be there. I even found a little Nemo. And yeah, snorkeling with the sardines was such a cool experience. Like, there is so many of them. I think it would have been even better if you would dive, because then you can really see how many it actually is. Like, I could see them from above, but they just swim in these huge, like, clusters. I don't know, schools maybe, school of fish. And yeah, and they glisten like silver in the sun. It was really cool. They were quite big waves, so if my hand is a bit shaky, it's because I was literally rocked back and forth by really big waves. But yeah, such a cool experience. Just walk down to the beach, don't pay for anything, just jump into the water, and what you see is this. So this waterfall actually contains of 8 different levels, which is basically 8 different waterfalls, which is, one is just more stunning than the next. They just look unreal. They look like somebody built them to attract tourists, like quite literally. They look like nothing I've ever seen. They just look like something that you would design. There was some time for jumping and for playing, and then also we had to quite literally climb parts of the waterfall, which I found was very thrilling, and I absolutely loved it. So here you can actually see, no, it's the next clip. But yeah, just look at this waterfall. It's absolutely unreal. Like, how does this just exist out there in the jungle? Like, how is this not man-made? And yeah, to the left there you can see one of our guides taking the route that we later did. We did not look as glamorous as she does, but I would say we didn't do too bad actually. Ah yes, the glamour. I would say this is the second best sunset I've seen in the Philippines. The next day, me and Andrea, yes, his name was Andrea, because he's from Italy, we went on a little tour with, yes, I look fabulous, look at that, with the scooter that we had the day before. And we wanted to go up to the mountains basically. We stopped a bit on the way on this little beach, it looked fantastic. And Malboal has quite interesting hills. We did not go to the chocolate hills, they are somewhere else, but they look quite similar. And I would say the Philippines overall is kind of a mishmash between Southeast Asia and Sri Lanka for me. Like they do have a bit of the same mountains as the more north of Sri Lanka has, but they also have like the Halong Bay, they also have like these islands in the water, and they also have these kinds of limestone mountains that you mostly have in Southeast Asia. But yeah, very interesting, very nice nature. And yeah, I very much enjoyed myself on the back of that scooter because Google Maps told us to take this road, which was basically a dried out riverbed, I would say. It was incredibly bad, and I was walking most of this part because I did not want to sit on the scooter. And also, the scooter we had rented was not made for this kind of terrain. Like there were multiple times where the bottom just touched the ground quite hard, and we did not want to risk it, so I walked a majority of this road actually. This is the same little doggy as before, look how cute he is. And then we went to karaoke because I always wanted to do it. I know I can't sing, but I just always thought it's a lot of fun, and I can say it is a lot of fun. So me, Andrea and Anna from Russia, we all stayed in the same place, and we had a wonderful evening together. Hi guys! So a little story time. I have been in the Philippines now for around 3 weeks, a bit more than 3 weeks, and it is coming to a close now. I'm actually soon leaving for Hong Kong in a few days, but that's not what this is about. I also bought some rambutans, which are delicious. They tell you it's almost like a big lychee. Very nice. I have a friend who I met in the start of my travels in the Philippines. A girl working in the hostel where I stayed, and a young girl, very helpful, so nice, and we became friends. And she even took me to her house, I met her family, and she helped me to get a ticket for the ferry when I wanted to go to another island. And we have been texting back and forth, like she had my phone number, and a few weeks ago she told me that she had been sick and that she couldn't work properly, and then she texted me again about a week later, and she was like, oh, how's it going? And she didn't know I was still in the Philippines, but she just sent a text, see what I was up to. And I said, yeah, good, how are you? Are you feeling better? And she said, yes, I'm feeling better, but I'm very sad because I cannot continue my studies. And I asked her why. Why not? What happened? And she told me because she was sick and she couldn't work for a few weeks and she had to buy medicine that she could not afford the tuition fee for her school. What is close to my heart, especially as a young woman, is just so important that if you have dreams and ambitions that you can actually get an education to improve your all over life situation. And I felt so bad for her. We were texting for a bit and I was trying to make her feel better, and then pretty much we said goodbye. Like, oh, she was like, oh, thank you, nice talking to you, hope you don't mind listening. And I was like, oh no, for sure. And I thought about it like for an hour, maybe a bit longer, but like the tuition fee was not much money, and I will say she never asked me for money. She did not. She never did. But after our conversation where she said that, you know, she can't afford her studies because she's been sick and she's been feeling kind of down because of that, because that was one of the things that we were talking about when I was staying in the hostel. Like about her dreams and what ambitions she had, and that this small amount of money was basically now gonna stop her from achieving this, or at least postpone it for I don't know how long. And after thinking about it for a while, I actually texted her back and I asked her if she would be okay with if I would pay her tuition fee. You know, some people are gonna be like, oh, was that a scam? Did she cheat you? Maybe she just wanted to get to your money. First of all, like, I'm not gonna defend my decision per se, because it's my money and I can do with it whatever I want. But I will say that we got kind of close and we were friends and we were talking about some deeper stuff, and we've been texting back and forth even before this, so it was not like she out of the blue texted me and was like, oh no, I cannot afford my school or whatever. And she sent a long message with, oh my god, I did not expect this, thank you so much, that would help me so greatly. I would say that I have a pretty good feeling for people when they are trying to fool me or not. And I mean, even so, let's say it is a scam. Let's say she did cheat me out of $55, just hypothetically. What would I have done with $55? I mean, of course, I would have used it in my travels. Maybe I could have taken a cheap flight. Maybe I could have eaten some great food. I feel like worst case, she cheated me out of my money. Best case, I helped a young woman to be able to afford her education, improve her life, reach the goals and the dreams that she has. But life is so much harder and the salaries are so much lower, and for you to achieve something as big as actually completing an education whilst having a family, and it's just very, very hard. And if you happen to get sick, then you can basically forget all about that. And I felt like that's not fair. Like, if I can help with that, then I want to. I think I did the right thing. I feel good about it. Honestly, this bag is holding on by a thread. This broke today, So I tied it up with this one. Yes, I know it looks not very good. This other one broke like 2 weeks ago maybe, which is a shame because I feel like the rest of the bag is quite still nice. And yes, I know it's an exact knockoff of Jacob's one, which I did not realize when I bought it, but I don't care. It's a very nice, roomy bag, so I don't feel like throwing it away, but yeah, we're gonna see. So there you have it, you guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. So the Philippines is an amazing place. Nice, it's warm, even though it is rainy season now. So the next stop is gonna be Hong Kong. So if you're interested to see that, stay tuned. Thanks as always for watching, and subscribe if you want to. See you in the next one. Bye!